Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Manu Podcast. What is this about? This is basically random thoughts from me about some particular argument, and I just go through them from my perspective, and I hope to spark some sort of new perspective in you. Now, I don't claim to be right, but there are some maybe something that shines in what I'm talking about, and hopefully, I spark some sort of internal argumenting or some like internal discussion of about the argument that I'm discussing, and maybe some new perspective that you can feed back to me if you want. Just put it in the comments of this video. So today we are going to talk about what's the topic, because every time I come up with a topic, and it's gonna be about scams. And I want to just to prove to you that anyone can get scammed, even me, you, anyone. So there is the traditional way of looking at them as just certain people, just more weak people he can easily be scammed. But the truth is that everyone has weaknesses, and we can all be exploited by them. That's why it's very important to try to make everyone aware and sort of try to uncover all these scams, because in the end they all work the same way. They just adapt and they just target different kind of people. But in the end, the general idea is to try to get out of you something that you have in exchange for a dream that you have. That's basically what it has, or a need that you have. And these people come out and say, I can solve all your problems, but in exchange I want this. And in the end they just put you in a hole, in a much worse hole, because they're never gonna solve your problem. They actually make them worse, and then you eventually feel that you have to even fall even further. So it's actually a vicious cycle instead of being a virtuous cycle of fixing the problem. No, it's vicious because they want to put you even more in a bad problem, so that you're gonna even give them more. So usually scammers will ask you for money. So these are traditional scammers, but the truth is that if you think about there are other type of scammers which instead they're trying to take away something else, time. Sometimes we'll see that in a second. So what are you seeing in the screen is basically one of these videos. This is Kid Boga. It's a very famous Twitch streamer, and is super funny. Like, this guy just calls scammers all the time and sort of try to waste their time. That's the basic concept, but the truth is that they're so is watched by so many people that is making them is making all these people that are watching more aware of how these scams work, because in the end they're very convoluted and they sort of want to get money out of you. So this in particular, these sort of scammers that Kid Boga targets, these are scammers that try to take money out of very old people that have no much knowledge about technology. So they sort of have to trust the person in front of them. So how this scams usually works is that there is a small problem on the PC, and there is this ad that has been created by the scammers, and this ad just says your PC is broken, and it's very generic, and if you want to fix it you need to call this number. So then they just call, because they think, okay, this person is gonna fix it, and they just say, okay, your PC is full of hackers, problems, blah blah blah. If you want to fix it you have to pay, and then sometimes they pay. So this is one of them. Another way would be, or another kind of scam that's also targeting old people, is the refund scam, which is very dangerous because it can basically take out all the money. It always targets very old people. In this case, they basically claim that, so what you're gonna receive in your email account, it's you got charged for this package of $300. Oops. If you want to get your money back, or if you have problems with it, just call this number. So you call this number and they're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, if you want we can give you money back, but you have to follow the procedure. And it's gonna be like, okay, let's follow the procedure. Whatever is the procedure, in the end they just gonna convince you to log in, to download a software on your PC that's like TeamViewer, AnyDesk, and they're gonna have your consent on accessing your PC. They're gonna have therefore control, and then they're gonna ask you to log in different web pages, usually your bank account, and they're gonna say, okay, now we're gonna send you the money. And what they do, they actually change the HTML or the web page so that it appears that you receive money. But instead of receiving just $500, as the email was saying, they're gonna say, oh, there was a mistake. $5,000. Oh, we send you $5,000. Oh my God, my job. So this scammer is gonna say, oh my God, my job is in danger now. Oh, please help me. Please help me. That's the moral stand that they take. Nothing has happened. Like, you haven't lost any money. But they make you feel bad, and that you now have to give them back money. And nothing has happened. You haven't received for real any money. And then they are gonna come up with the idea, yeah, you cannot send us money directly directly from your bank account. You have to take cash out of you, or you have to buy gift cards and then send that to us. So that's second most famous. Then there are others, but this is the ones that usually pop up very often. So okay, I did a very long introduction, but hopefully this is clear how they work. Hopefully I can help spreading the awareness. And I want to just show you what's the end results, because this scam baiter, Kitboga, basically waste their time, and it puts them in very weird situations. Because apparently, obviously, for someone to fall for these sort of traps, they have to have some sort of some problems, like some problems with technology. Maybe they're not they're old, they're not thinking straight anymore. So maybe like these scammers will assume that the person they're talking with, it's kind of dumb. So Kitboga plays the character perfectly in a higher level. Like, he's gonna say, oh, I'm dumb, and I'm gonna put you in very weird situations. So that's how the presentation. The first, at the beginning, I'm not gonna see all this video. We're gonna see just a little bit of it. Hopefully you can hear it. And what are you gonna see? Oops. I'm putting a microphone closer to the PC so that you can hear. Is basically, in this case, the first case, the scammer had access to the PC and decided to change the password, the login password of the Windows of the PC, and then he locked the guy off. At that point, Kitboga is gonna say everything for me.
Right. So that's how, just a way they like lock people out of their computers or hold you hostage. Sometimes they're still on the phone right at this point, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, you're gonna need to pay because you have a hacker or a virus on your computer, and if you don't pay, you're not gonna be able to get in.
And in this case, I want to remind you that there is no hacker on the PC. The hacker, if we want to call it hacker, is the same person that wanted to help you, to save you, right? Now, I know that it sounds immediate, but please try to understand what are the key figures in this scam. You have the savior, which is actually the person that is putting yourself in a worse situation, and it puts you even in a more desperate situation. This is very common in also very in other type of scams that we'll sort of go through them. We're not gonna go through a lot of them, but I want to prove to you that you can be scammed. And how do you get aware of it? Awareness of it is like there is this person that is gonna be the person that is gonna save you, and just notice that everything was kind of fine till this person appeared, and suddenly you are in a much worse situation, and this person is gonna be like, you know what, I can help you even more, and then you're gonna get even in a worse situation. So the reality is that this person is probably the one that caused all the problems to you, and you are part of this scam. There you go. Then let's go a little bit further. You're gonna see some interaction between the scammer and Kitboga now.
It's pretty frustrating. And that's part of why I'm here, just raising awareness about this while we have some fun. Alright, let's see if we can press F.
So actually right now he's gonna try to guess the password. So that's how he makes it fun. So you watch it and it's fun, but when you think about it, what is happening is terrible, because Kitboga knows what is the situation, so he knows how to handle and how to make it appear fun. But if you are thinking, okay, what is this is a old person, what he would do? Would he just press random buttons and try to guess the password? Obviously not. He wouldn't know what to do whatsoever, and he would be in a terrible situation because he doesn't know who to ask for help. Please notice the key figures, okay? The person that doesn't really know, he knows what is happening. That's why he can sort of make it fun.
F to unlock. Okay, it wasn't that. 1. We did it, chat. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, the magic number of life is not 42, it's 1 apparently.
That was a secure password.
To you, but I'm telling you it is a mistake.
So this is the interaction that you might see. So I just wanted to show you one of these sort of interactions, and this is the best, so it's gonna be a weird interaction.
Hey, you're supposed to return the rest of the amount, sir.
Wait, whose mistake is it? Because that
I will
sounds more
attempt
like a you
suicide.
problem,
I'm
not a
able to
me
pay this
problem,
money,
Kevin.
Sir, I will tell myself. I will do suicide.
Okay, I'm done.
I will
Kevin,
kill myself.
Stop, Kevin. It's not funny. I know you're a scammer. You have crossed an incredibly disgusting line, and it is not funny. That is absolutely disgusting. That is way too far, Kevin. Like, it was funny for a minute because you actually thought that I spent $48,000 and I didn't. I know you didn't send a dime to me. I know that this whole time you were just pretending to be someone who worked at Microsoft, but you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself.
So this is instead another situation where it fakes to redeem gift cards. So these are very advanced in the scam. You can see that 9 hours has passed. You can see it from the top right corner of the video. In here, 9 hours has passed. So this is now our hours of interaction between the scammers and Kitboga. So these scammers will actually take a lot of time with you because they know they can get money. And so in this case, we are basically at the end where the scammers thinks that he's gonna get money out of Kitboga. Obviously, that's not gonna happen, and is faking to redeem gift cards. And the thing is, this is a fake web page, so it's not gonna redeem anything, and the code that is usually used is wrong. It's random. But the scammers will think that this is all reality, and they get extremely upset when they see that their so hard work in trying to scam this person is not gonna get anywhere, because this person apparently is too dumb to understand that he shouldn't be redeeming the cards.
Ma'am, why did you
Hold on a
did this?
second. So,
Why did you did this? Ma'am, why did you redeem?
hold on. Let me go ahead and do the next card for you then, Steve.
Are you mad? Are you mad? Why are you redeeming cards?
Hello, Steve?
Well, actually,
Oh my god, that was Steve. Okay, I'm not gonna show you much else, but holy shit, holy cow. Steve was one of the worst scammers, was one of the scammers that got angriest the most ever with Kid Boga. And Steve is such a common name, so it's not really his name, the scammer's name. And obviously, when you meet these sort of scammers, they present you with some random names, and they say that they're in, well, somewhere in the world, which they are not, and they're acting for a company that they're not acting for that company. So yeah, as I said, that was the end of a scam, and the scammer was thinking, okay, I'm gonna finally get my money out of it. But Kid Boga is gonna fake to basically give them back the money, and instead of giving them the code of the gift card so that the scammer can use them or redeem it for himself, he's gonna do it himself to himself, thinking, okay, I'm an old person, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've looked on Google how to redeem cards and then give money to you, so I'm gonna just go to Google and redeem the cards for you. And then when he redeems, he's obviously gonna do it fakely on his account. These are all fake cards, by the way, fake codes, and the scammer is gonna see it because it's directly connected to the PC of Kid Boga. It's not really the PC of Kid Boga, it's a virtual machine. So don't do this. Let the experts do these sort of things. Don't start to scam bait people. You're gonna go in a very vicious cycle if you don't know what you're doing. So it's gonna redeem the cards in front of them. They can see it through their AnyDesk or Team Viewer that they have installed, or they make you install on your PC, and well, in this case in his virtual machine, and well, they're gonna see that Kid Boga or the old person has redeemed the card in a fake manner. We know that it's all fake. They don't. They think that this is true, that this person is just dumb, and this person has wasted 9 hours. On his point of view, he's wasted 9 hours to convince a person to give them the redeem cards, and this person was so stupid that instead of giving just the code, he went ahead of his stupidity and redeemed it to himself. That's why some of them become extremely mad. But this was a sort of branch of scamming. So you can see that the scammers are targeting old people, not understanding how the technology world works. And so they give them the hope to fix the problem that these old people have, and it's extremely morally unjust. Like, the thing is that old people are so welcoming and so nice to others because they went through a life of so many they went through a life of stuff, and they probably had enough of it. They just want to be nice at some point. And these scammers just make fully use of that. I'm sorry, I was just watching. Sometimes I just look out of the window. So this is kind of a scam, but there are others which target more our generation, so like much younger generations.
well,
So these are I know that I wanted to go through more videos with you about scamming, but I'm noticing that it's a lot of material and it's gonna be very hard for you. It's gonna be like 40 minutes video, which I'm not gonna no one is gonna ever watch it. So instead, I'm gonna stop with the Kid Boga scam, and tomorrow I'm gonna go with the other scams. But the message that I want to go through with these videos is like everyone can get scammed, even you. So today was probably a more aged population, like we're talking about 50, 60 people that do not know. So if you have a old person, please stay always in touch with them, and old person in your life, your your parents, your grandmother, your grandfather, because the truth is that one of these scams can come out at any time, and you'll see the difference in their behavior, definitely, because one of the important part of these scams is that they cannot tell anyone about this, because if this old person will start telling to anyone, this person will be like, wait, this is a scam. So it's very important for the scammer to convince the other person that no, you don't have to say anything about this about anyone, because it's not good for the image, brand. It can be any reason. Actually, they might convince you that there are hackers everywhere. Sometimes they say that the person that is hacking you might be your neighbor, might be your son. Sometimes it's like, what? And it's insane, because Kid Bogan knows what he's doing. He knows that this is a scam, so it just falls for it, falsely falls for it. But an old person, I can imagine some people have believed this, and they've been brought to believe that their son tried to steal money out of them, which is insanely bad. So I really hope that this is the first video of the scams. I'm gonna probably do a couple more the next 2 days, and this was also the second video about my challenge, 7 days challenge. Hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe, put a like, or maybe don't, who cares, that's fine. It's just enjoy the video. That's, I think, what's more important for you right now. And see you next time or tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. See ya.